On today's podcast, we're going to be covering getting creative with structure, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast.
On our last podcast, I spoke about an artist named Christopher Paul Dean, who uses safety floor tape in his artwork. The reason we showcased him was his out-of-the-box thinking. This week, I was trying to exercise my own out-of-the-box thinking, and it led me to the dual meanings of words, specifically the word structure. Now, when it comes to safety, I found the Oxford Dictionary's verb definition to be the most fitting. It's defined as construct or arrange according to a plan and give pattern or organization to. Doesn't that sound like the 5 and 6S methodology that we've covered in many of our podcasts? Plans are a must when it comes to safety. Remember what Benjamin Franklin said, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. But having a plan isn't enough. To quote Benjamin Franklin one more time, energy and persistence conquer all things. The energy he speaks of is action. The persistence is doing it over and over again until complete. Of course, we know that safety shouldn't have a summit we ever reach, but instead, constantly striving to improve. I mentioned dual meanings. From what you apply safety to, I found the Oxford Dictionary's noun definition to be most fitting. It's defined as a building or other object constructed from several parts. When working within your facility, be sure that you're ever mindful of the actual structure around you. I mean that in a literal sense, especially when operating equipment such as lift trucks. Pay extra attention to racks and posts. Running into one of these structures can cause everything from simple damage to a devastating collapse, or either a rack and or a portion of your building coming down. Whether it's the guidelines you have in place or the physical items you apply them to, the structure of safety is something you want to be thinking about and acting on.
Before moving on, here's a word from one of our sponsors. If you've ever been to or worked in a warehouse, you know just how important safety is to both management and staff. It's almost impossible to go 10 steps without seeing safety tape, angles, signs, and or safety products. It's these items that show us how to be safe and avoid danger in the workplace. And if you're looking for the best products to make this happen, look no further than Mighty Line. Mighty Line floor signs and floor markings offer the best industrial products out there. We're proud to have Mighty Line as the official floor sign and floor marking company for the Warehouse Safety Tips podcast and site. Go to mightylinetape.com/safety tips to request a sample pack of their incredible safety signs and floor markings. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Warehouse Safety Tips. If you visit warehousesafetytips.com, you'll find the show notes for this episode and access to all of our blog posts, previous podcasts, advertiser information, and much more. Thank you for listening to Warehouse Safety Tips, and have a safe day.